Hi, this is Allan Cleaves, and I want to thank you for stopping by my studio this week. This week I've been creating small watercolor studies and just creating like different compositions with the idea of like the portrait in mind. I'm doing my best to advance the ideas I've been reflecting about concerning the Reservoir Dogs. I'm just like fascinated with all the themes that get explored in that movie. Ideas of good versus evil, friendship versus betrayal, law versus unlawfulness, and trust versus deception. Those are all themes that are reoccurring in my relationships with people in real life, and I kind of like films and books that explore those themes in the context of creating epic adventures. My favorite character is probably Mr. Pink, because he seems to think about all the angles and does what logically makes sense. He strives to be a true professional in every sense of the word, and he's always worried about the possible betrayal that might come in the future. He was well aware that people pretend to be friends when they're really your enemies, and I think Pink had the sharpest mind, and he kept it from racing even when adrenaline was pumping heavy. He always remained calm, so that makes him my favorite Reservoir Dog. The first three paintings that I created a few weeks back explored the beginning of the Reservoir Dogs, but unlike the movie, my characters didn't all die in the end. They were victorious and empowered even. With these watercolors, I'm trying to give the dogs a more empowered sense, and maybe they've mutated into some super being that has more powers and more destructive possibilities. Like, where the first three paintings dealt with the outward aggression, I want the next ones to be about the buildup of tension inside the dogs that turns a normal man into kind of a monster. So hopefully with the larger paintings next week, I can get these creations back into the landscape, and I want them to kind of interact with icons that I created in past paintings, and get more involved with the world from that point of view. But right now I'm really happy with the portraits. I think I don't know, they open up a new avenue for me to play and be more creative with abstraction and creating the figure. And I don't know, I'll either continue to make these for the rest of the week, or I will dive into the larger painting and just play around and see what happens. That's usually what works best. I'm pretty good at ad-libbing. So, I don't know, I'm kind of excited to get started. So, that's it for right now. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next week. Check back on the blog and the website for any updates that I might have. And as always, take care. See you later.